Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope all of you having a great weekend. Hope all of you having a great Sunday. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. And man, oh man, it is time for the new and improved MBG poll. Clap it up, clap it up. We're getting straight into this. I don't got time wasting on time wasted. I'm giving you my top 12, and yeah, let's get into it. Although there wasn't a lot of movement up top of my rankings, there was a ton of movement around the 7 to 12 area. You're going to see that in just a second. A little foreshadowing. And the reasoning for that is because you had 3 teams in the top 10 lose, go down. I will explain this deep into detail per usual. If you want access to these rankings early, I post them late Saturday night, early Sunday morning on Twitter. You don't got to pay for them. It's not anything like that. It's 100% free. To give you some more context and perspective, this was the longest it has ever taken me this year to formulate my top 12. I thought about this for hours. Coming in our close category, see what was funny is you had a ton of casuals last week saying, Matt, you forgot to rank Oregon. Oh, you just made a mistake. No, I didn't rank Oregon on purpose because they don't deserve to be ranked. Have you looked at their resume? Throw away the big brand name of the Oregon Duckies. Look at their resume. I'm going to show it to you right here. Oregon has beat Montana State, garbage. Oklahoma State, garbage. Northwestern, garbage. Oregon State, garbage. You went into double overtime with one of the worst teams in Power 5 in Penn State. You got blown out. Well, not blown out, but if you lose by double digits at home, it's embarrassing. You got to be by double digits by Indiana. Granted, Indiana is one of the best teams in the nation, but double digits at home? Come on, man. I'm not giving you credit for that. I can't even say, oh, it's a quality loss. No, you did nothing. You couldn't even move the ball in the second half. You couldn't even get a first down. It'd be different if you look good in the game. You beat Rutgers, trash. You struggled with Wisconsin, and you haven't played after that. The problem is, and this is the biggest problem, these AP dorks and nerds have when they do the preseason rankings, is they just see this logo next to their name and go, oh, well, it's Oregon. We got to throw them in the top 10. They're probably going to be pretty good. No, they haven't done anything. Golly, I'm sick and tired of it. And not only have they not done anything, they haven't looked good this entire season. That Penn State win that everybody thought was good, it looks worse and worse and worse every single week. I was asking myself this question last night because I was close to putting them at 11 or 12, and I'll tell you why I didn't put them there compared to some other teams I have there. Not only do I not think Oregon's not a top 12 team, I don't even know if they're a good football team. That's my reasoning for that in close category as well. I got Oklahoma. There's not much explaining to do there. They got 2 losses. They're coming off of that good win over Tennessee. They went out. They're probably getting in this playoff. Coming in hot. At number 12, we got Louisville. I know what my Oregon fans are saying, and I'm going to explain it. So you don't even got to write in the comment section, Brad and Chad. Matt, how in the world is Louisville ranked ahead of us? For starters, and this is what it came down to for me, you know what Louisville has? Let me pull up their schedule real quick. We'll do this in live time. You know what? Ah, crap. I clicked. No, wait. Here it is. Here it is. Louisville has a ranked win. They beat Miami. That's why I got them ahead of my Oregon, if you're curious, because originally I put Oregon at 12, and I was like, all right, cool. And I was like, well, no, I can't do that. Not according to my logic, because I think resumes matter. They beat Miami, which is still going to be a top 25 win, and Oregon, they don't have one. So I'm giving the edge to Louisville there. Ahead of Louisville at number 11, I got Virginia. My reasoning for this is so simple. These 2 teams, they played one another in Virginia. They won in overtime, 30-27. I believe that was the score. Virginia doesn't have some heck of a resume, and neither does Louisville. They play in the starting second ACC, but both of these teams have something that Oregon does not. A top 25 win. To me, that matters. I got to be consistent. At number 10, this may shock some people, but they have the talent. It's just, man, can they put it together? I got the Texas Longhorns. Whew. I can smell the controversy in the comment section. What? Matt, the Longhorns? Man, brother, you was telling me a couple weeks ago they barely like a top 25 team. Hey, I know all they do is win. They find a way to win. Against Vanderbilt, they dominated them for 55 minutes of the game. At the end, Vanderbilt made it close, and you do guys show much love and respect to Vanderbilt. Shout out to the nerds and whatnot. But Texas, whew, they're like a good team. I like what I see out of them. Everybody's going to say, well, Matt, don't they have 2 losses? Yes, they do. But look who they lost to. They only have 1 loss in the SEC. They lost to the little bro, Ohio State. I'm not holding that against them. And yeah, the Florida loss was a bad look, but it was on the road in the swamp. And hey, we just saw Florida play Georgia close. But here's why I got Texas in my top 10. They have 2 top 25 wins. And actually, because Vanderbilt will probably remain around the top 15 area, I know Oklahoma's probably going to be in top 15, so they may have two top 15 wins. There we go. I think Texas is well deserving of that ranking. At number 9, I got the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Similar thing with the ACC. Not a insane strength of schedule or resume up until this point. However, Utah that just creamed Cincinnati. Well, Texas Tech beat them by 24. So there's a good win there. I got them at number 9. They also only have one loss. At number 8, you really can't argue with this. I got the BYUs. Yeah. Y'all going to learn to respect the BYUs, man. Y'all going to learn. They're undefeated. BYU is similar to Texas Tech. They also beat Utah. That is their ranked win. And guess who plays this Saturday? BYU and Texas Tech. So somebody's probably going to fall out of the top 12 after this game. Here's one that I know is going to catch me a lot of flack and hay. I am a professional Notre Dame hater. Y'all know this. They are the most overrated college football program, not team but program, in the history of the sport. I'm the last person to put them this high. At number 7, believe it or not, I hate to do it, but, you got to do what you got to do. I got the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Everybody give a nice little sarcastic. Hey, I know. I don't want to put. Do you think I want to put them here, Timothy and Bobby? No, but I got to. Everybody give the sarcastic clap. I'm shaking my head. I wish I didn't have to put them here. I really wish they weren't even near the top 12. But they are a really good football team. You got to get over this. Well, Matty boy, they lost 2 games. Shut up, nerd. We're almost at the end of the year. 2 losses mean nothing at this point in time. I guess at the beginning of the season you had an argument, but not anymore. Look at what they've done. They've just annihilated everybody. Here's what did it for me, and I know they struggled with Boston College, but they still won by 15 points on the road. A win is a win. They beat USC. They have a ranked win by double digits. They also, NC State, who just put up a 50-burger on the Yellow Jackets, the Fighting Haynes Kings, they completely ran them out of the gym 36-7. They're taking care of business. That's my point. And they're doing it, some of these games, in blowout fashion. They beat Boise State by 21. Here's another one that should probably get some more recognition. Arkansas, that team that gives everyone in the SEC fits and troubles, they beat them by 45 or 50 or something like that. And I know everybody's going to say, well, Matt, Arkansas, that was right when they were firing some people. I don't care. Everybody in the SEC is throwing Arkansas, and Notre Dame beat them by 400. They're blowing teams out, and they have a ranked win. You got no choice but to respect it. And guess what? I don't want to, but like I said, I have no choice. Shout out to the Fighting Irish. At number 6 is where things they really get boring. We got Ole Miss in the lane train. They won. They don't go up or down. As you see, there's no arrow indicator here. At number 5, we got the Georgia Bulldogs. They do not move for me. They beat Florida. Nice little win there. At number 4, we got A&M. They do not move either, so there's not anything to say. At number 3, we got the Indiana Hoosiers. They beat Maryland by $4 billion. They don't move. No arrow. Number 2, we got Alabama. Woo! Shout out to Alabama. And at number 1, we got the little bro, Ohio State. And that's it. As you can see right here, the top 6 do not change, do not move. There was no reason for them to. So I don't have anything to say there. Let's check on some of the comments. My man, Notre Dame above BYU. Indy has 2 losses. What did I just say? You can't do this. I know they have 2 losses. Who cares? Good resume. I might be great, Paul, with Notre Dame in the top 10. Did I enter the multi? Yeah, I know. I'm feeling the same way. Am I on Earth 785 or something? Like, what the heck am I looking at? Hey, that is one of the best comments you're ever going to see. I'm right there with you. It doesn't even feel real for me. It feels like I'm on Earth 804. Texas made into the Matt B. Buds top 10. All right, bro. That is not my name. I feel like you're punishing Texas Tech too much. They lost one close game with the backup quarterback. If Ty Simpson was hurt and they lost to South Carolina, they wouldn't be at 9. Notre Dame lost 2 games and struggled against terrible Boston College. USC and Utah are compatible wins. Well, here's the thing, right? 1, Notre Dame, if you want to say they struggled, that's fine. But they were in control of that game. It was never in doubt. They won by 15. You can't do this. Oh, well, they struggled. They won by 15. It was also on the road. You have to understand, come on, you know this. Every single team in the top 10, if you're playing a team that's 1-7, 3-4, something like that. I'm not going to be a hypocrite because I say the same thing with the SEC teams with Alabama and Georgia and Texas, struggling with some South Carolinas of the world. Mississippi State's, Kentucky's. A win is a win on the road. It is hard to win in conference, and I know Notre Dame's technically not in a conference, but I'll always associate them with the ACC, and Boston College is an ACC team. It was a road game for Notre Dame. It's hard to win. I don't care if the team's 0-11, so I'm not holding that against them for only winning by 15 points. What are we talking about? Matt, please tell me Notre Dame's good wins. They beat top 25 USC. Exactly. They have none. Well, you're wrong, and I just proved you wrong, so I'm not reading the remainder of this comment. You put Notre Dame in the top 10, so I'll let you cook. It tastes like... He said crap, I'll let you cook. All right, man, whatever. Why is Texas in this list? Seriously, as a Longhorn fan, they are not nearly consistent enough game to game or quarter to quarter for that matter to be on any top 10 list. Well, my brother in Christ, I guess somebody has not informed you that consistency does not matter. It is not a very important stat line. You know what it is? Winning. And Texas wins. They have 2 top 15 wins. That's why they're in the top 10. Next, we'll go with one more comment. As usual, you have all the SEC teams overrated. Alabama is not better than Indiana. That's a subjective take in your opinion. I respect that. Georgia has been scraping by. Who cares? A win is a win. Did Ole Miss beat Arkansas? Yeah, barely. And you were telling me that BYU, Texas, Virginia, and Louisville are better than Oregon? Please. Yes, that is exactly what I'm telling you. Louisville, BYU, Texas, Virginia are better than Oregon. Next. Or actually, I realized I said that was our last comment. So, yeah, we're going to end it off here. Let me know your thoughts down below.